Right, welcome to this tactics and showcase video. I've been working on my Primaris Space Marines, so I've got some new models for them. So in this episode we're going to take a look at the Captain in Gravis Armour. It's the model from the Dark Imperium box set. I've got him painted up. Red Scorpion's colour scheme, so you'll be able to see him up close here. Talk a bit about the model, and then we'll get into the tactics. So we'll go through the stats and special rules, weapons and so on, and then we'll try out the Captain in a few scenarios just to illustrate how he can be used. So we'll take a look at him first of all. Really happy with how the models come out. I'll zoom in here so you can get a closer look. But he's big, look at that. That's quite a size of that sword raised up nice and high, but we'll take a closer look here. Alright, so there he is. I've called him Captain Diotrophes here of the Red Scorpions. So, just giving you a view here, you can see the weathering effect I've done on the cloak, and then it's also been done around the feet, so kind of a dusty desert kind of effect here. They've been on campaign, put chipping and so on the armour. If you want to see a full tutorial for these, then check out the painting tutorial on the regular channel, and I'll show you from start to finish how to get this kind of results for your Red Scorpion's colour scheme. Or indeed you can use the same techniques and get the same results just by changing the colours around here for a different colour scheme. But there he is, looking pretty good. There's the sword raised up high. Beautiful model. All of the models for that box set, the Dark Imperium box set, are fantastic. They're really good, so I'd highly recommend them. And the Captain here is a fantastic leader to have for your Primaris Space Marines. But is he any good? He's quite reasonable in points, and I think pretty good as well for stats. So great looking model, and the rules are pretty good as well. I've gone for a white helmet here. There's not much information around for Red Scorpions as far as their helmet markings are concerned. So white helmet, and the crest, you can just see it in there. I've kept as that Avalon Sunset yellow just there. I'm not entirely sure that's correct, but you do get some artistic license to change things around. And then I've gone for the chevron here across the bar, across the knee pad, just there. No need for a transfer on this shoulder pad. It does come with the crest on there already sculpted on. Transfer as well. That's Forge World transfer of sheet that you can get for Red Scorpions. Very nice indeed. So it really helps out. It's very important, I think, for Red Scorpions to get that right. So it's handy that they've got their own transfer sheet now available from Forge World. But there he is. We'll take a look at the rules now, see how good this Captain in Gravis Armour is. Then we'd mention as well the base. If you like the basing, then there is a separate basing tutorial for that on the regular channel as well. Just that kind of, I've switched over now from the urban grey, which is really nice, but I'm going to try something different and gone for this sort of desert effect with the long grass and so on. Really happy with that's come out. I think it matches. So you didn't want to do grey basing with grey armour, it was too much, so I wanted to have a different colour scheme for the basing, so that's why I've gone for that more desert effect with them. And Scorpions, you can imagine them fighting out in the sort of desert type terrain anyway, so it sort of matches the theme of the chapter as well. So we'll just put that over here. So going from the new Space Marines Codex now for Captain in Gravis Armour. So I'm doing a pure Primaris Space Marine army, working on that at the moment. So there'll be no regular Space Marines, entirely Primaris, 2,000 points, and then he's actually going to be the Warlord. I think he's going to be the Warlord for this new force. Yeah, because there's a couple other possibilities, but I just have to see how the army turns out. So under HQs, loads of HQs now, Space Marines. So your old regular Space Marine Captain, this is the Primaris equivalent here. So it's Captain in Gravis Armour. Stat line for him then is movement 5. So he's not super quick, movement 5 inches okay. Weapon skill and ballistic skill 2+, fantastic. Strength 4, toughness 5 for this guy. 6 wounds, 5 attacks. Fantastic amount of attacks. 5 attacks on the stat lines, pretty good. Leadership 9 and 3 up save. So, Captain of Gravis Armour is a single model armed with mastercrafted power sword and a bolt storm Gauntlet. There he is painted up for the Ultramarines. So we'll get an idea on costs, because there's no other upgrades you can take. He's fixed with the armament he comes with. He has to take his Mastercrafted Power Sword and the Boltstorm Gauntlet. So Captain Gravis Armour is 102 points. Then the Boltstorm Gauntlet is 25 points you have to add to that. That's shooting and it's melee, so it sounds a lot of points, but it's actually pretty good. So you're looking at Captain in Gravis 102, so 127. And then Mastercrafted Power Sword is here, it's 10, so it'd be 137 points in total. Pretty cheap, nicely below 150 points. He's sort of not the cheapest of HQs, not expensive. He's sort of a pretty good deal, really. Brilliant stat line, really, really good. So I think he's good value in points. Let's check out the weapons then. He has this Boltstorm Gauntlet. You can shoot with it, it's pistol free, so you can fire it in combat. Really, this guy is geared up for combat. Shooting, really focusing on, so it's just 3 pistol shots at range 12, strength 4, nothing on the AP, and then 1 damage. So really your mindset for him has got to be combat, and then the benefits that he grants as well. It's those two things. Maybe you've got Primaris Marines, Intercessor Marines. They can stand up for themselves pretty good in combat, but they can't fight back too well. You can't take power swords and that kind of thing. So what you can do is stick him in with them, and there's that close combat option available. So the Boltstorm Gauntlet in melee is ×2 strength, so it's strength 8 he fights at with this, AP -3, which is really good, and then D3 damage. Now it is -1 when you roll to hit, but he starts on a 2+, so you're going to get 5 attacks and 3+. You are going to get 3 or 4 hits anyway with him, and that's coming at strength 8, -3 and D3 damage. So he's not going to destroy a vehicle, but he should damage it and help assist in that situation. Taking on enemy characters, he should be pretty deadly to take them out as well, pretty effectively. Be able to stand up against most characters pretty good. And then the Mastercrafted Power Sword, it's another melee option that you have. Perhaps better if you're fighting against single wound or 2 wound models and you're trying to hit and wound as many as you can. And if they're not that tough, it is strength for the user, strength 4, and then -3 and then 2 damage. I still maybe go, if you're fighting anything that's toughness 3 or worse, I'd use the Mastercrafted Power Sword. If you're fighting anything that's toughness 4, it's difficult to call. If toughness 4 or better, then maybe go to the Fist. There, so you've got those 2 options. You're probably going to use the Fist most of the time. Nation of No Fear he comes with. He does have his 4+ Invuln save, that's really going to help him out in combat. And then Rites of Battle. You can reroll hit rolls of 1, made for friendly chapter units within 6. So it's a major bonus, this one. It's roll to hits, so this applies for shooting and for melee. So brilliant bonus there. And it's units, so it includes things like dreadnoughts, vehicles, flyers, all of that kind of stuff. Anything within 6 inches of him gets reroll 1s. Reroll 1s doesn't sound that great, but it can really help you out. When you have a disastrous, you've got a devastator squad of some kind, roll the dice up, you got 5 shots of las cannons, you roll 3 1s, disaster, all of a sudden you get those re-rolls. It just makes your firepower that more reliable. In combat as well, it just covers you if there's a disaster. You can roll up those misses, those 1s, and it really does help out. So the buff, as far as I'm aware, applies to him as well. So that means in combat he's on 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s, so he's exceptionally reliable as well in close combat. So all round he's really, really good. So he's not going to be able to take on the heaviest of targets and the best of characters, but he can take on most pretty good. So well equipped, well armoured, loads of wounds, and then a great bonus there of the re-rolls of 1. Very helpful when you've got like a Predator Annihilator, for example, 4 shots of lascans, nicely within 6 inches of him, you get the re-roll 1s. Really just helps that firepower become nice and reliable, especially when you're doing Primaris Marines. Perhaps your army's smaller, you've got less units, you want that firepower to be more reliable, and in combat, less models, less units, you want them to be as reliable as possible. So there's that bonus, and then there's the melee ability to help out as well. So first of all, some examples of how you could use him. in combination with other units. So for shooting, something like a Hellblaster squad. I haven't painted these ones yet, really looking forward to getting these done. But they're at this stage here. Quite an important unit, I think, for the Primaris Marines. But keep them within 6 of him, and all of a sudden their shots firing, which is important firepower from these. You want a nice reliable round of shooting, then yes, you can re-roll the ones with those nearby. So, you know, you'll start to pay for himself in points just by amplifying your force. So it's very valuable in that regard. So there's that option. And if you've got a combat unit, say a unit of aggressors, for example, and they're going into combat, they're trying to use their fists, you want some nice reliable hits coming through, he could join in with them, no problem at all. He can fight by himself, and then he grants that unit the reroll ones as well, making them that more reliable in combat. So that's the kind of idea. In 7th edition, for those of you who've come from 7th edition, there was the mindset of spread your army around because of template weapons and blast markers and so on. You just sort of go like this here. But now 8th edition's all changed. That's all gone. No matter how closely you bunch your models together, it doesn't make any difference anymore. So you can pack them tight to try and get as many models within that bonus as you can. So bear that in mind now for 8th edition. Pack your models in tight and make as much use of that as you can. And then remember, it's easy to forget. Make sure you use this bonus for things like dreadnoughts and vehicles as well, because it does apply to them. And even if you can craftily move a flyer across the table and park it next to him, he will grant the bonus to that as well. So that's how you can use them in combinations. What we'll do next, got a few scenarios lined up here. Roll some dice and check out how it can be used in a few in-game scenarios. Alright, so got a situation here. Say there's other units taking part in the battle, and then you identify that these are a threat. He can be a one-man army and just charge in by himself. We'll see how well he fares here against this full squad of Dire Avengers. Dire Sword there as well on the X-Arc. So 5 inches, we'll fire the Bolt Storm Gauntlet, needing 2s, and then re-rolling the 1s. So you're pretty much always going to get hits with that. And then they're all wounded, so he's strength 4, toughness 3 here. It's a good target for him. Make up some saves, yeah, 4, 4 and 6, they've passed those. So then we'll charge him in. There's Overwatch to do here. Could hurt actually, because it's going to be 5s to hit. So we'll do Plasma hit here with the grenade, needing a 6, or maybe a 5 or a 6. Yes, that hits. That wounds, 4 up in Von save, that's passed. That was a Plasma grenade. And then there'll be 18 shots coming through here, needing 5s here. See if you can just weather this storm. Once he's in, then he shouldn't be too bad. So 5s and 6s here for the Dire Avengers with their special roll. Just the 2 wounds coming through. 2 saves of 3 plus, double 6, right, okay. And then we'll say he's made it into combat. So for this one, because these are toughness 3, I'll probably go for the Power Sword, or Mastercrafted Power Sword. So 2s to hit, they've all hit, and it'll be 3s to kill. Yep, 4 dead. So that's the kind of effect you're looking for. We'll do the Dire Avengers fighting back here. So X-Arc gets a hit. Doesn't wound, and then 5 others full hit, 5s to wound, is nice and tough, 2 saves of 3 plus. Put a wound on him finally, so he's taken a wound just there. So for Eldar, I'd imagine they'd fancy themselves on the Overwatch. So let's say they pull out and he'll have to charge in again. So we'll go on to some Overwatch here. So Plasma Grenade again, 4 shots in 5s. I think it's the best chance for the Eldar here. 4s to wound. Yeah, 2 saves at 4 plus. Pass, some good rolling. And then 10 shots now with the Avenger Catapults. There's a 6. 4 plus Invuln save helps him out again. It really does help out. And then say makes it in. We'll let him shoot his bolt storm first of all, which he gets his hits. He gets a wound and no save. So I'm gone. There's no damage on Overwatch anyway, so that's fine. So we'll attack them with the captain. Then 2s, rerolling 1s. Gets his hits. This is Mastercrafted Power Sword again. Freeze to kill. Yep. So that's those 4 gone. He's hacking them down here. Now it's not going to be turn 1, you know, destroying the target. It's this constant attacking, but it's pretty good. And then here 2 attacks with the XR 5 or 6. No, it's toughness protecting the captain here. So you can be a one-man army, as we've illustrated just there. He is pretty good. Got another scenario here, another way you can use him. It's not the most common way, what you've seen just there, but it shows you can do it. Choosing the right target, he can contribute. He's not going to wipe out targets. It takes a while, but he withstood damage coming through there and then virtually destroyed that target pretty quick. We'll put him up against a character now. I think this is where he's going to be pretty good. So we'll let him shoot here against his ult-up. 2 hits, 1 wound, and it's about to save, so it's a wound. Overwatch, so we use a plasma. Grenade, 6s, nothing. Same makes it in. So now, the Power Sword's pretty good because he's going to be toughness 3, the Mastercrafted Power Sword, or you've got the Bolt Storm Gauntlets themselves as well. We'll say, it's a difficult choice, right? I'd say the Bolt Storm Gauntlet then, we'll do that one. So 5 attacks. What you can do, by the way, in combat is split your attacks around. So you can say, right, I'm going to do 3 attacks with the Gauntlet, 2 attacks with the Sword. That kind of option's available as well. You can target different models that you're fighting against. There's that versatility there also. So 3s to hit here because it's -1. Rerolling 1s. So we do get all 5 hits. 2s to wound, strength 8, toughness 3. They've all wounded. It does come with 4+ invuln save, which he fails 3 of them. So that's going to be 3d3 damage. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The ult-up is dead. So that's the kind of quicker results that you can get when you go up against a character. So it shows you, you know, Dire Avengers, we killed some of them, not too much impact, but single characters more vulnerable. You can take him out in 1 round, decent round of combat. And he had a 4+ invuln save to try and stop those wounds coming through, and it still destroyed him pretty good. So it shows you what he can do there. Another situation here, vehicle, we'll Overwatch here first of all before he charges in. So there's 3 lots of, there's twin shuriken cannon, 1 underneath. So needing 6s here, looks like the captain's been hit pretty bad by these rounds coming through. 3s to wound, all wounded. 3 up saves, yes they have all saved, so he's fine. So we'll say makes it in. You can fire his pistols, probably not going to do much damage. 2s to hit, 5s to win, there's a wound, 3 up save, passed. Alright, so say makes it in. Just to there. Now I'm not expecting to destroy the vehicle, so bear that in mind. I don't expect him to work wonders, but we'll see what he can do. So in this situation it's going to be the gauntlet there because of the strength 8, so 3s to hit, rerolling 1, see how helpful that is. Didn't get the hit though. 3s to wound, and just the 1 comes through. This is what can happen. 6 up save, almost blocked it, d3 damage, just the 1 wound. So you're going to get results like that. So again, yes, he will pick up wounds against vehicles, but don't expect miracles from him. We'll try again, just to try and get a better illustration here. So that's better. 3s to wound, this is better. 6s to save, save 2, 2d3 damage, 3, 4. So you're looking at that kind of impact. Some wounds against vehicles, yes, he can do it, but if you're in the middle of a game, don't expect him to do much more damage than what you see just there. So we've lined up some different scenarios. I think having him in amongst your troops, granting that benefit, and then as you get into the heart of the opponent's force, single out a character and try and send him in against him. I think that's a better way of using him. It seems to be the best options available for him. But that's the captain in Gravis Armour, Captain Darktrophies I've called mine for the Red Scorpions. We've seen there is a pretty good unit, not too bad at all. Right, that's the Tactica showcase here for the captain in Gravis Armour. By all means, leave your comments and feedback how you use him in games, what combinations seem to work well, units that he really helps out and so on. Any feedback you can leave here in this Tactica video in the comment section below, and then other viewers can get an idea of how to use him best. But I rate him, I think he's pretty good, and we've seen here, it's given you an idea of how best to use him in games of 40k. Beautiful model though, really looking forward to having him lead the force potentially for this new Primaris force. If you want to keep up to date with the Primaris Space Marine Army, then check out the Plus channel. You'll see army development videos there, early battle reports and so on for the Primaris Space Marines project, and then hope to start featuring these in battle reports on both of the channels in the near future. But there it is. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.